Hi, I'm Tanya. Welcome to the Wonder Basement. Today we're going to be continuing our series, or my series, on the Whimsy and Wonder suite in the new holiday mini catalog from Stampin' Up. And actually its technical title is the July through December 2021 mini catalog. But this is a super cute set, and it comes with the Christmas tree dies. It has a beautiful frayed edge grosgrain ribbon, and the paper is stunning. I'm going to go over and show you, I've cut all of the paper so you can see it. I have already posted my shaker card and the instructions on how to do that and how I put this together. It's a really fun card to make and to give. So I'll put the link in the comments below or in the description below. And I have all of the papers I've cut. They're 12 by 12 and they come in a, they have a gorgeous holographic metallic in the paper. I'm going to show that to you right now. Okay, so we have this beautiful holographic, and on the back is just it's a matte finish paper, but it's still a really beautiful print. This would be a great winter scene with this green if you can help yourself, if you can make yourself actually put adhesive on this side to stick it down. Okay, and then there are these beautiful silver or holographic and pink snowflakes and white. They're beautiful, and I love the back of this one. This is one of my favorite prints. Then we have Christmas trees and just a soft, subtle graphic. These beautiful, beautiful packages with iridescent bows. This is such pretty paper, and like I said, they come in 12 by 12s. I just cut them down to 6 by 6 so you can see them. This is a really pretty paper with this dark green and this bright pink for the holly leaves. It's not really the holly berries. It's just a little bit of a background, but it's so pretty. And then the ornaments, and look at this sweet little deer or fawn face. I just love, love, love this ornament, and well, all of it is just pretty. The color schemes, actually, I'm thinking that I want to make my Christmas tree this year. I think I've got most of these colors, but I think I'm going to try and do something like this color scheme with my Christmas tree. I just am super excited. I'm really inspired by this paper. And then we've got the Starry Night Christmas trees, and then a pretty, pretty holly. And I just love it that it's a different color scheme, but it still is festive, and it has all the holiday and winter vibes for you know, but yet it's a little bit unique in this color palette. I just think pink and the light green just make it so fresh. And then this pretty graphic on the back. So what we're going to be doing, what I've done is I have made, I've made 5 cards, one of them being the shaker card, and then I've made 2 other holiday cards, and then I've made 2 non-holiday cards. So just to kind of show you the versatility of the Stampin' Up! Christmas, holiday, fall, everything. You can really make a lot of different things with just one set or one suite of products. I love the suites. I love the way Stampin' Up! Has put them all together, and you get paper, you get the stamp set, you get the embossing or the Stampin' Cut dies that go with the stamp set, and you usually get a ribbon or some embellishment to go along with the whole suite. So it's a really great way to get everything that you need to actually start stamping right away. The only thing extra that you would need would be ink and envelopes and maybe a base color cardstock for your card base. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to make this is probably my second favorite card. I loved the shaker card, but we're going to make this cute little card, and I really just wanted to use all the colors in the color scheme of this paper. So I used the mint macaroon as the base on the shaker card, and then I'm going to use the Midnight Muse, I think it's Misty Moonlight. That's a different color. Misty Moonlight. It's one of our in colors, and then we're going to make this cute little card, and we're going to just give it a little faux bookbinding on the edge. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to need is, this is the book. This is basically the card base that I was talking about, that you would, you know, in addition to the suite, you might need either white cardstock, or we have a white basic, or any of the colors that coordinate with the papers. Okay, and then, oh, one of the other things that this has, oh, they're so beautiful, are laser cut holographic snowflakes, and they are so pretty. And I would even maybe keep the scraps of this, and you could probably punch out a few fun little things with the remaining of the paper that's after you take your snowflakes out. So this is all that you do to pop them out of that. They come like this, and they have tissue in between because this is so detail and fine. Sometimes it can get tangled up if you're not careful. So I would leave them in the sheets of paper until you're ready to use them. But I think there's quite a few in here. I think there's 20. Let's see here. 24 actually. So it's called Wonderful Snowflakes, and they come just like this. So highly recommend this particular embellishment, and we're going to use these snowflakes in this card. Okay, the other thing, and this is a let's see, this is an embossing folder, and this is a dry embossing folder. Let me see real quick. I can't remember if this is in the annual catalog or if this is in the mini, because there were a couple of Christmas ones. Yeah, this is from the Wintry 3D set of embossing folders in the annual catalog, and this comes also with a pines background, but we're going to use the swirly snowflakes, and I don't know that that's what it's called, but that's what I call it. And I'm going to get okay, so we're going to use the swirly snowflakes embossing folder, and what we're going to do, we're going to actually use, with this one, we are going to use the regular size cut and emboss machine, and we are going to use, this is a, I believe this is a regular embossing folder, but what we're going to do is we're going to fold our piece of cardstock in half. You always want to put the Stampin' Up! Logo to the front. That's going to be the front of the card, and then we're just going to line it up so we have the edge even on this side, and then we're going to lay this down, and then we're going to use the gray embossing plate. Just run it through like that, and then you're going to get a lovely embossed impression for your card. So it's very subtle, it's not too bold or loud, but Then we have this piece, and I really like using this, the 3.5 inch embossing folders, or 3-inch embossing folders. I really love using these on a card like this. And what I've done is I have just cut a couple of pieces or strips to the size of this edge. Let's see. I think I might. Do I want to use this one? No, I'm going to use the holly since it's got a little bit of the pink in it. Now on this, it kind of varies sometimes when you put it in, you know, you may be over a little bit or over this way a little bit. So I am going to cut about 1/8 of an inch off with my paper trimmer. Slide this in here. And it's really cool. This paper trimmer is awesome because you can measure like down to 1/8 of an inch. Let's see, here we go. There's 1/8. Oops. This is the score. This is the cut. You have to really remember that. Okay, let's see how that's going to fit on here. Oh yeah, that's much better. Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my scoring blade now. And I am going to put this over. You kind of have to eyeball it. This is your cutting line right here, and it comes down as well, down through this where the score blade is. So I'm just going to line this up so that the edge is straight. I think I'm pretty much right on the money here. Do that a couple of times because I want that to kind of, I want it to bend all the way through. We'll see what I'm here in a minute. Okay, I'm going to take some Stampin' Seal, and I'm actually going to just seal this piece down. I probably didn't need that much. I got seal happy. And then you're going to fold this back. So this is going to be the inside of our card. And now you can see why it's called faux bookbinding. And I really do need to change the blade in my paper trimmer because you can see where you get little fuzzy pieces on here. That means I need to change my blade. But alas, I haven't done that. So I'm just going to shave that little edge off. Then I'm going to put this. Just start at the top. And I'm just going to go just to the left of where I scored it. Oh, how cute is that? So when you open it up, it's like this. The back is, but you can kind of see it looks like a book. All right, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap this beautiful glittery, let's see what it's called exactly, glittered organdy ribbon, and it is in white. We have this in black as well. They're both beautiful. This is new, and I'm going to make sure that I have plenty to tie a nice center knot on this side of my bookbinding. I always like to cut a little more than what I think I'm going to need because I don't like to have a short ribbon that I have to tie. I can do it, but it's just not my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to pull that down. Another little tip to keep your ribbons from going everywhere, I like to have a little sewing pin just stuck in the edge. That helps keep things a little bit neater. So now I'm going to trim this edge. This. I want my glitter. It actually, the glitter shows through either way, but I'm going to try and get it so that this ribbon will, the glitter will be on top. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use, I am going to put, well, I'm going to kind of lay my snowflakes where I want them. Just going to kind of lay them. And you could even, you know, put one off to the edge and cut it off, but they're so pretty. I'm going to keep mine kind of like this. Okay. And one side is a matte white, so you could use that as well if you wanted to. Okay, and I'm going to use my dimensionals, my Stampin' Dimensionals, to put on the back. It's kind of cool because these are cut exactly just like the right size for a Stampin' Dimensional. I'm going to trim that just a little piece off there so I didn't have them straight up and down. Now I've cut another piece of cardstock to put inside so that I have a place to put my sentiment or my message. Just going to center it in here so it has a nice, pretty equal mat around the inside. And then I am going to take, oh, I'm going to use that ribbon again, and I'm just going to make 2 tiny little knots to put in the center. It needed just a little something something. And it can be really a tiny, have little tiny tails on it. This is a way to get some embellishments with super simple products. Some things you might even have lying around. One of my favorite things to do is just make something out of nothing. Use what I have sitting around. Okay. Then I'm going to use some handy dandy glue dots. On my U-Pick tool, put my little glue dots on the center of my snowflakes. You can see that just gives it a little bit of dimension. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to do, this is really a pretty quick card. I am just going to take some of the fine tip glue pen, and I am going to put some bits of glue on the center of some of the snowflakes actually that were on the embossing folder. Sometimes it works out great and like, I mean, where you want it, and then other times I think the other card I just kind of put it wherever, but and then when you're done you want to go ahead and put that needle back into your glue so it doesn't dry and get dried up. Okay, so now I'm going to take the other end of my glue or my U-Pick tool, and I am going to pick up some silver and white sequins and just drop them on. And you might get 1 or 2 stuck together, but they'll make it pretty. I'm not going to sweat over it. This thing is the bomb when we're working with sequins. See, this one isn't going to stick. Okay. Oh, yeah, maybe I want to just, I'm going to put a smaller one on here just to cover up that glue where I smudged it a little bit. Okay, I kind of like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this, and I am going to use the words in this stamp set, which I think are really sweet. I'm going to put, may the love of the season warm your home and fill your heart. And I am going to use navy, or the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to do a little sample down here, make sure I don't too much ink on it. Put it down here like this. And I have two of these cute trees that I cut out earlier with the cut and emboss machine. These are such cute trees. I have some more ideas for them, but so I'm gonna put them right inside here, and I have put I put some of the adhesive back sheets. I put that on my cardstock before I ran it through the die machine, so this will actually just stick right down. I don't have to add any glue, which is pretty fantastic. And then I am going to add a couple of sequins. I think I'm going to just add some sequins down here. And I kind of just stick my little tool in and then pick up what I pick up. They kind of sometimes will stick together, so. Here we go. You can pick and choose if you want to, but I love the little pick side too for picking things up. I think I need a couple little ones down here. And now what I'll need to do is I will need to leave this open a little bit so that it dries. And there you have it. There's the inside, and here's the outside with the bookbinding. These are super simple. This would be a great Christmas card. I mean, you wouldn't have to put all the embellishments on. I'm a more is more person, so I love all the sparkle and glitter. But this is so easy on the outside. It wouldn't take you long to make a whole lot of Christmas cards. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed knowing or seeing how I made this beautiful little snowflake card. Here's the one that's all nice and dry. And don't forget, I have my shaker card instruction video, and I'll list that in the descriptions. And I list all the products, and I will have the measurements for the cards, the different pieces that I've used. You can kind of wing it, but sometimes that first time out, you want to have exactly the measurements. So I hope you have a great afternoon, evening, night, morning, whenever you're watching it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.